Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome at Unity North, and we're glad you're with us today. We are an inclusive community that welcomes and accepts all people. We're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 134 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of unity. And let's see if we have our prayer chaplain here yet today. Oh, there you are, Wendy. Okay. She's with us in person. So she's available to pray with you right after service in person or by telephone. So her number is showing up on the chat, and will also be available at announcements today. So thanks, Wendy. And today our producers are Martha and Tracy. So glad you're with us. And our worship assistant is Howard Grinzel. And we're very happy to have our musician back, Judy Vinar. All right, with that, let's speak our vision and mission statements. Vision first, centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And our values, you notice at the bottom, are our core foundational beliefs here at Unity North. With that, I invite you to stand for our opening song.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. It's your turn. We are the Word, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Oh, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stones to bread. So we all must lend a helping hand. We are the Word, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. When you are down and out, and you need, you have no hope at all. But if you just believe that, there's nowhere we can fall. ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. Sing that again. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. It is true, oh, it's true. We'll make a better day. Just you and me.
Good morning. We've been welcomed, so let's take a moment to acknowledge each other in a greeting. I don't know if there's anybody new online. I don't see any new names that I'm aware of. If so, please log in and say hello quick. And if there's anybody new in the sanctuary and you're willing to just let us know your name and how you found us, that'd be great. Or we can talk after service if that's more comfortable for you. We are all blessed by each other's presence in this greeting, and we are right here, right now. As Reverend Kathy mentioned, prayer is at the heart of unity, and as we know, there are many ways to pray. We can pray with our words, thoughts, acts of service, and many others. We can also pray simply by breathing with intention. All are forms of prayer. So please join me in prayer, and if you wish, you may close your eyes. Moving from our head to our heart, we take a slow, deep, centering breath, breathing in with our entire body. As we breathe in, feel the peace, love, and joy within. As we breathe out, gently release stress, worry, and doubt. From our heart center, we offer prayers to and for whomever and whatever needs healing. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, both for ourselves and each other. We are all healed and strong, healthy and whole, in our body and in our soul. As we continue to breathe with intention from the center of our heart, we release our prayers in silence. And we give thanks for answered prayers. And so it is. Amen. Let's stay centered for today's daily word. And the word is acceptance. I practice acceptance and find peace. In the past, I have resisted unwelcome situations and unwanted outcomes. Over time, I have learned that my resistance did little more than leave me agitated and unhappy. I have learned to trade resistance for acceptance. Accepting situations as they are does not mean I like what is happening, but it does mean I am willing to be present to it without resistance or struggle. From that place, I am better able to work toward creating better conditions for myself and others. When I practice acceptance, I invite the presence of God to inspire and comfort me. I shift my attention from what might feel wrong to that which is always right, the absolute, unchanging goodness of God. From Philippians chapter 4, verse 11, not that I am referring to being in need, for I have learned to be content with whatever I have. And today's daily word is acceptance. And Judy's now patient.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful, all is well. All is beautiful, all is well. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful, all is well, all is beautiful, all is well.
I invite you to sit back and close your eyes for meditation. Find a comfortable posture. And begin to feel your body relaxing. And your mind moving into a serene place. And as you take several deep breaths, feel that wave of relaxation from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. As you say to yourself, I am completely and fully relaxed. And allow me to speak the words for you, taking them in as your own. Today I set my mind and heart on a new path. I focus my energy on love, appreciation, and my highest possibilities. Today I claim responsibility for my own success and step forward with a new courage and enthusiasm to manifest unprecedented good. I use my mind to create only the best, and I draw to me all the support and resources I need for positive change. Great Spirit, I see your hand in all things. I recognize the desires of my heart as your gifts of inspiration on my great adventure. I trust if you plant a vision in my heart, you will give me the means to attain it. And I am further supported by my spiritual community. So now in this moment, I reach out in consciousness and I feel the love and support around me in this community. both in person and virtually. I know that we are drawn together in our mutual love of spirit, desire for conscious community and deeper connections. We are drawn together through our shared life stories. Great Spirit, I know you are also at work blessing this community, giving us the collective courage to soar beyond imposed limitations, to realize our dreams. I know this is true for me personally and for us collectively. I live in an abundant universe capable of supplying me and all of us in this gathering, in this community, with all the good we need. I energize this good by keeping my mind, words, and deeds focused on spirit, focused on my heart's desire for my own life and for the life of this ministry. I move into the silence now to release and let go, to send prayers, and feel them returning from those here today in spiritual community. We release any prayers to our higher power, trusting that all is in perfect divine order and timing. The universe knows how to arrange the means for all of our blessings. We are filled with courage, and together we rejoice as we know we are loved, cared for, and supported as we walk the path to our greatest good. Our hearts and minds are aligned in a consciousness of your oneness. We are at peace, and all is well. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
To be humble, to be kind. It is a giving of the peace in your mind. To a stranger, to a friend, to give in such a way that has no end. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. To be bold, to be brave. It is a thinking that the heart can still be saved, but the darkness can come quick. the dangers and the anger and the hanging on of it. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. And tell me what it is that you see. A world that's full of endless possibilities. Well, heroes don't look like they used to. They look like you do. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other.
A beautiful song. Thank you, Judy. The lesson today is why we need each other. This is written by Marge Piercy about community. Two people can keep each other sane, give support, conviction, love, massage, hope, sex. Three people are a delegation, a committee, a wedge. With four, you can play bridge and start an organization. With six, you can rent a whole house, eat pie for dinner with no seconds, and hold a fundraising party. A dozen make a demonstration. 100 fill a hall. 1,000 have solidarity in your own newsletter. 10,000 power in your own paper. 100,000 your own media. 10 million your own country. It goes on one at a time. It starts when you care to act. It starts when you do it again after they said no. It starts when you say we and know who you mean, and each day you mean one more. So the creation of a community reflects a natural and a very powerful urge to connect, to do good, and to change the world. We are strong when we stand and work together. And in community, people listen when we share our stories from the heart. Because we need each other, throughout our lives, we are nourished and sustained by communities. Our experience with them begins with our childhood friends who give us the affirmation we seek outside the family and who show us some first things about love and kindness. Or not, in the case of Charlie Brown's friends, of course. In the comic strip, Charlie Brown says to a potential friend at camp, "Hey, pal, they're having a little astronomy class tonight. Do you want to go?" Would-be pal responds, "Shut up and leave me alone." Charlie Brown says to himself, "That kid's beginning to get to me. Maybe he needs to be needed." So he says, "Hey, pal, I hate to go to these camp things alone. Could you help me out and go with me?" Would-be pal responds, "Shut up and leave me alone." Charlie Brown then says, "I just love going to summer camp and meeting new friends." Hopefully we had less trouble than Charlie Brown. But at schools and universities, we expand our horizons in communities of learning and pick up points about justice, vision, and imagination. One man had a very powerful college experience. While doing research for a doctoral thesis, he went to live for a year with the Navajo Indians in the Southwest. And during that time, he lived with them. He slept in their hut. He ate their food and helped work with them and essentially lived their lives. And during that time, their grandmother didn't speak English, but she and the student had a real connection. They seemed to speak kind of the same language of love, and they intuitively understood each other. And over the months that he stayed there, the two of them would share words from each other's languages. And finally, after being there for a year, he had to go back to the university to write his thesis. And the tribe threw a celebration party, a going away party for him. And it was joyful, but there was a tone of sadness as well because he'd gotten so close to these villagers. And as he was getting ready to leave, to get into his truck to leave, the grandmother came out and tears were streaming down her face. And she took hold of his face, looked right into his eyes, and she said, "I like me best when I'm with you." And I thought that was so sweet because truly, true friendship and community is letting those around us not only be themselves, but be their best. As we continue through life, later in our careers, we discover community as well, and we often must practice listening, nurturing, and peace as we work with others. We learn about teamwork. Sometimes miracles are performed with the spirit of community in the workplace. Back home in our neighborhoods, we develop our capacities for connections and hospitality. Some of us may turn to support groups to help us deal with the problem, or we may band together with others fighting for a common cause. These special communities give us a trusting environment where we can express our feelings, share our stories, and try to make a difference. We experience faith, grace, and joy as we contemplate mystery together in religious or spiritual community, and we find like-minded friends. So we may also find comfort, compassion, and healing, as well as support for fulfilling our dreams. I know when I had my second hip replacement last August, I received a lot of support from this community. And it started with Mary coming over and spending some nights and using her nursing skills to get all my medications straight and shape me up, straighten the house, and fix meals, whatever was needed. And then my friend Becky, who lives across the hall and is also now part of this community, she came over every day. I really don't know what I would have done without her there, but she did the things that I wasn't able to do. It's a weird feeling to not physically not be able to do something. And then people cooked for me. Wendy sent me her famous chicken soup, and Christine her fabulous stir fry and beautiful flowers along with it. And the prayer chaplains and many others prayed for me, and I felt that difference. And it was great to know there were people from Unity North waiting for me to recover and return. It lifted my spirits. And that's the nature of community. Although the inner journey is a solo one, through encouragement, through motivation, inspiration, and prayer, the support of loving community can make it easier for us to achieve our healing and our transformation. There are discussion clubs and salons and electronic communities available to us for the exchange of ideas and the sharing of information. Membership in men's and women's groups meet our needs for fellowship too, and become a place to practice questing and transformation. And there are all those ad hoc communities which arise spontaneously out of crisis. Wars and natural disasters, accidents, personal traumas all call up our capacity for compassion, forgiveness, and prayer as we come together during those times. We've certainly seen that with many of the natural disasters that have occurred. So we belong to still more communities, and now more than ever, we are part of one global community, which, according to anthropologist Margaret Mead, is united by shared knowledge and danger. Then, too, there is the community of our ancestors who are available to support and direct us from the spirit world. And we really can't forget all our animal friends, our animal communities who bless us as well. We are embedded in communities, circles within circles of communities. We need each other. We need each other. When we come to know this, when we experience our oneness, we realize any community we are part of is also a reflection of us. In other words, we can find ourselves there in the company of others. For any negativity that we see is also in us. Any beauty that we see is in us as well. Any conflict that occurs must be resolved within us, and joy and bliss celebrated can be discovered within us too. So any community, or not any, but community invites us to bring the qualities of the Christ, the qualities of Krishna, the qualities of a Buddha, the qualities of the Bodhisattva, committed to the awakening of all, sharing our compassionate hearts with others. For community has its shadow side as well, and we will discover both the dark and light in ourselves. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us never to succumb to the temptations of making people our enemy. As you press on for justice, he said, be sure to move with dignity and discipline, using only the weapons of love. Well, you know, this is a scary time in our country, in our world. We can get caught up in the fear of that. And we can start stressing out, and it's especially if we're watching too much news. But sometimes we have to dial it all back and start remembering to focus on positive things. I've been getting this thing that just showed up in my email called Nice News, and it has great stories of nice things. So I remember a long time ago, there was a newspaper that was called The Good News, and it didn't last very long. I'm hoping the nice news will stick around a lot longer. But it's a time when we remember to practice our unity, basic principles of releasing our fears. We call it spiritual denial. Release the fears. I now release this thought, this fear, this stress, and let it go. And I affirm that I am one with the greater divine order active in the world and in the universe. And I know that all is well. And doing that periodically throughout the day as you feel these thoughts of stress come up or these worries about our future. And these are basic unity principles that work. And we can also reach out to others who think alike and support and comfort each other. In community, we discover we are not alone. A wide and open heart gives us the strength to face the suffering and pain that connects us with all of life, to understand the roots of our sorrows and our part in them. And you know, a community may last for years, and some communities exist for simply a day. That was true for one group of people who got together and in the course of 24 hours made a difference for the world. When I told Judy, our musician, today my lesson title for the week, she sent back a list of suggested songs, as she always does. including our opening today, We Are the World. And I told her it was so synchronistic because I had just watched the documentary the night, 1 or 2 days before on Netflix called The Greatest Night in Pop, which is the story of the making of We Are the World. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's really good. I had known this story from hearing it years ago, and there was a different documentary, but this was more, I don't know, inclusive. It included, you really got more of a look at the people there. And it began with Harry Belafonte, a longtime favorite of mine. And in December of '84, he began to think about an American benefit record single for African famine relief. And he enlisted fundraiser Ken Cragen to help bring the vision to reality. And then the duo contacted Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson to write the song. And they asked Quincy Jones to produce their voices together in the recording. And they couldn't figure out how to get them all in the same place at once. And then turns out Lionel Richie was hosting the American Music Awards that year in Los Angeles. And they determined they could only get so many big names together by doing it that same night afterward. And they were when they were all in town for the award show. So the recording would have to take place that night for one night only, one night and into the day. And so they asked one musician after another, and they all began to say yes. And the historic event brought some of the era's best known musicians together in community. Of course, they were all part of the greater music community, but this became a select community for a day to make a difference. So Michael and Lionel, this is the part I thought was incredible. They kept working on the music and lyrics. All these people were invited and were starting to come. And the song did not get completed until the night before. We Are the World. We Are the World's first and only recording session was on January 21st, 1985. And they finished the words in the song the night before. All those musicians on the way. Talk about 11th hour creativity. That was playing it close. Well, there was a sign too when everyone entered that said, please check your ego at the door. So the song was released on March 7th, 1985 as the first single that became actually the fastest selling US pop single in history. We Are the World. And it became the first single to be certified multi-platinum. And it was awarded numerous honors, including 4 Grammys, 1 American Music Award, a People's Choice Award, and the song was promoted with a music video, a VHS, special edition magazine, simulcast in several books, posters, and shirts. And the promotion of merchandise also helped We Are the World raise more than $80 million, $214 million today for humanitarian aid in Africa and the US. You know, all done in less than a 24-hour period by a committed group. So let me remind you just a few of the musicians. Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers, Tina Turner, Billy Joel, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Dionne Warwick, Willie Nelson, Bruce Springsteen, Kenny Loggins, Steve Perry of Journey, Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates, Huey Lewis, Cyndi Lauper, Bob Dylan, Ray Charles, Harry Belafonte, Lindsey Buckingham, Bette Midler. And that's only part of the list. All in one room together doing this amazing song. So seeing them all in this room trying to sing together is astounding. So really check it out on Netflix. It's worth watching. And it's The Greatest Night in Pop is the name of it. It's so amazing to see a spontaneous yet planned community in action for a single day, making a huge difference across the planet. It gives hope, really, for the power of a small group to change the world for the better. Churches can be wonderful arenas for people to support each other in spiritual growth. And communities, both church and other kinds, have their own personalities. They are a living, breathing being like a person. And they go through ups and downs, highs and lows, lean times and affluent times. Unity North is 33 years old now. And it has a rich history. And it's had its years of challenge and turmoil and its times of joy like any other church community. And the spirit is very sweet now, and that lends itself to new continuing growth and transformation. And those who've come before have done the work that benefits us today. And we trust that our work here will benefit future generations as well. The walls are filled with stories of the heart, but our remote people feel it too, and not from the walls, but from the spiritual ethers. If someone in this community suffers tragedy or grief, we all feel it, some more than others. If someone falls ill, we rally around and give support. And if someone experiences a joyful blessing, we partake of that joy and celebration. We cry and laugh together. And that's true for each one of us as we heal and grow. So does the entire community that we are part of. So we need to make efforts to include our people on Zoom and help them feel more connected and part of the community. Starhawk said, community, somewhere, there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter, a circle of healing, a circle of friends, someplace where we can be free. So let us enter community with the qualities of Christ, the qualities of Krishna, the qualities of Buddha, committed to the awakening of all and sharing with a compassionate heart. Remember, it is important now more than ever. We need each other. Thank you. God bless you.
This is a song written by Brandy Carlisle and Laurie McKenna and Natalie Hemby. It's a group called the High Women. And I sometimes forget to tell you who wrote or performed these songs, and they're great songs, so you can go home and do your YouTube search. It's called Crowded Table. You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I can be a mountain when you're feeling valley low. I can be a street light showing you the way home. If you could hold my hand when you need to let go. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let's take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. If we want a garden We're gonna have to sow the seeds, plant a little happiness, and let the roots run deep. If it's love that we give, then it's love that we reap. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seeds. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let's take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. The door is always open, your picture's on the wall. Everyone's a little broken, but everyone belongs. Oh, everyone belongs. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And bring us back together when the day is done.
Thank you, Reverend Kathy, for your timely lesson, and thanks, Judy, for your prayer of music. So now is the time that we bless all we have to offer. We bless those, of course, who are able to share of their resources with monetary donations, for those who give of their time, caring for the building or helping with family table on Thursday at 5 o'clock. For those who bless us with their presence online and those in person, and for all who support us with prayer. It is not any one kind of offering, really, but rather a blending of all these gifts that make us Unity North Spiritual Center. So please join me together. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
We are the world. We are the children. Come on, sing with me. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. One more time. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.
Okay, and for the community news today, as mentioned, Wendy Erickson is our prayer chaplain. Her contact information is online, and I think you can probably catch her in the kitchen later. The men's group, facilitated by Noel Labine, is the second and fourth Saturday from 11 to 12, and it really focuses on spiritual growth in an all-male setting, which I think sometimes has a special uniqueness to it that we don't find with in other meetings. So, the Myers-Briggs Part 2 is Part 2 of Rebecca Thompson's program. It's going to be on Wednesday, March 13th, on Zoom. There's more information on that online as far as if you've taken Part 1, but if you haven't, you can still do it, so please check that out. Special Sunday lesson next week, Q&A with Reverend Kathy. You can write questions, and there'll be a discussion, and she will answer our questions as part of the lesson. I don't know that I was here for one of the last ones.
It will be the first time here.
And that's why I haven't been to the first one. That was my first question. Have you done this before? The answer is no. Join us today for after service for our annual meeting, which by definition happens once a year. So it's a very important event. We need feedback from the community. We need feedback from the members. There'll be topics discussed, share the state of the business about our church. There'll be a quick snack after service, and we'll get right into the meeting. It'll be efficient, and then we'll have a light lunch afterwards. So it'll be a series of community events. So please, if you haven't made a decision, I hope you will join us. Next Sunday, and it's in person only here with Sean Payton, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I think the big thing about this is our part in it and how we can become a more inclusive community. And there's a bunch of different topics that I think are very relevant today. I've heard great things about this program, so please plan on joining us next Sunday from 12:30 to 2 here in person. Family table, as mentioned, and I know you guys have heard me say this before, and I will probably repeat myself, but being in the food business my entire life, there's an honor I have and a respect I have for feeding people and providing a meal. If you haven't experienced that and would like to check it out and come to your own conclusion about how that feels to feed people that you probably don't know, I encourage you to come and try and check that out. I've done it a few times, and it's a fun environment. You know, we laugh and have fun and kid with each other. We prepare fantastic food, different meals. It's a variety of different things. There's people that hand the food to the people. There's people that organize it. There's folks that cook it. There's folks that bag it or box it. And so there's a whole bunch of different roles that you can be involved with. A huge, huge deal for the community, and who really looks forward when it's our weekend, or our day, I guess I should say, for a family table. All the information for everything I just mentioned is online, and you can sign up and register and find out all that information for those things. So, okay, please join me in the affirmation prayer. Let us affirm all that we know to be true. Centered in prayerful intention, we give thanks for an overflowing abundance of spiritual awakening, prosperity, new members and children for Unity North Spiritual Center. Kathy will now lead us in the prayer for protection.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you, Howard. So great as always. And thank you to Tracy and Martha. It was great today. We had great sound. And special thank you to Judy. Wonderful songs today. Thank you so much. All right, please stand for our prayer for protection and our peace song. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment